anything but we must restore the divine order and not care about our lives, our flesh, our families, but only restoring the divine order is an evil response. It's ill-gotten gains. There's a bunch of pirates arguing over who is the next most righteous person who should lead the ship. You're pirates, you're thieves, you're snakes, you're a brood of vipers. Just because one viper it looks nicer than the rest or isn't as ill-behaved as the rest doesn't mean you're not snaking and trying to snake God out of his rightful kind of conveyance of spirit to humanity. So this one, we must consider this. They may as well be roofing everyone the way they drug everyone. Who sleeps with who and why? The attractive woman has no excuse because how obvious they're doing it. Okay? Do you not see every movement that exists redefines the good man as evil? Can you not see that every movement that exists redefines the good man as evil? So they may as well be roofing everyone the way they are doing it. Okay? The way they covertly drug everyone. Who sleeps with who and why? And do you not see every movement that exists redefines the good man as evil? All right. It goes back to the average person versus the orchestration, right? Who's helping them orchestrate it, right? Think Warcraft, right? Warcraft, masonry, okay? Orc, okay? There's a lot of wordplay there. Orc and orchestration. Orchestra, right? Anyway. So there's a right way to reproduce and a wrong way, and everything outside the divine order is the wrong way. Okay, so let's think about this now. Let's break it down. The male mind, okay, and the main focus tasks. If a man focuses on providing, in a lot of cultures, women were responsible for trade and agriculture. And to some degree, it's still like that to this day. Okay, we still have women in some underdeveloped nations working in the field. Okay, so being a provider it's not necessarily a male thing. What they've done is they twist it around. Being the protector of the spirit is absolutely a male thing that at times included some females. Okay? In terms of martial arts. But providing is actually, more of a gender neutral thing in terms of providing food, right? Men would hunt and stuff like that, but how many people hunt anyway? So there's a thin line between agriculture and a corporate job. I mean, think about it. So when we look at it goes back to cultivation and skills in terms of putting food on the table without actually using martial arts skills to get the food. Okay, so the man who's focused on God is really the only true man. Okay, if you're focused on providing, right? Provide ear. Right? How are you providing? What are you providing? Are you providing the Spirit of God first? Or are you vying against the children of God on behalf of the children of the devil within the spirit of the brood of vipers, who are basically this crypto group of people, especially, that have bred with many people? Basically, we're all related. Okay? Are you expressing the viper gene or are you expressing loyalty to the falcon is what it boils down to, right? Loyalty to the Spirit of God through the falcon order. Okay, those who are determined to serve God versus those who are determined to snake. So the male mind has more gray matter, right? The hippocampus, amygdala, striatum, thalamus, right? And the gray matter, cerebrum and cerebellum especially, the motor cortex, these things give away what the male mind is. Focus tasks, surgical strikes, outmaneuver the person, okay? So where is the main focus, right? If you're dating someone whose main focus isn't to restore the divine order, you're a harlot. You're riding a snake. You're riding the ancient serpent, the devil, who gave him the ancient scale of how to do it. Moving on. B, which evil corporate oppressors, on behalf of the propaganda state, with the propaganda state, are you trying to impress with your lifestyle? The corporate model, the word war in aware, right? There's rape cults, fantasies, right? The victim basically is going to feel like she's willing to have sex with these rape cult guys and their minions, right? She's a dumb bitch. Okay, she's going to feel coerced into doing it, right? It's a form of rape. Or she's going to feel raped, right? She's going to have a certain reaction based on how aware she is. If she has heard it explained by me, she's not going to have the same reaction as if she hasn't. Even if she's somewhat aware of these ideas. The Son of your God has explained to you why you're wrong. It's simple. This is part of why they suppress my views. you know? And we would expect a certain percentage of them to eventually correct their mistake. However, destiny does come into play. You know, when you're on the wrong path, you just can say, this guy never came in and saved me as an individual. He never crossed paths with me. You're still on the wrong path, and you deserve what happens to you. Okay. So moving on, in a nutshell, it's basically that simple. All right, so let's look at the Thor, right? Thor as the T, the feminist suffix version of Haru, Horus, right? The T face. Why does Thor have this cartoon face? Why are they trying to drug me and blind me, right? Shu lost his vision, right? In the Bible, Jesus allows someone to see. There's a lot of spiritual and occult implications of why they did that with a thong on. Okay? Thor and thong are connected, right? The T, the ho, and the R. Okay? So it's a hero farce. How do we know? How do we know? If I have to explain to you why Thor and these ideas that are propagated through the movies are rape cult twists, there's something wrong with you. Hollywood, Crowley was called the evilest man alive, and Hollywood embraced him. There's a bunch of pedophiles. They're basically rapists. Do I really need to explain to you that when rapists put something front and center and say, do that you're a dumbass who's complicit with rape if you do it? It's kind of, in this context especially, it's kind of straightforward. It's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Are you stupid or are you an evil coward? Right? Are you too immature to do the right thing? So how do we know? Number one, the Mouseketeer, Zorro, etc. What is the difference between Thor and Zorro? Granted, they're all on some bitch shit, okay? But the Mouseketeer is closer to the hero. Right? He's using surgical strikes. He's outmaneuvering because he's more mentally sharp. Thor is using brute force. He's a big brute. Okay, just because they've given him a bunch of Satan worshipers have given him a divine pagan position, doesn't mean he's not an evil idea. It also shows you the state of mind, right? Loki is evil, Thor is evil. They're like, these guys are evil, these guys are good. They're both evil. Okay? Number two, the knucklehead at the gym. If you can't see if you don't see the knucklehead in the gym in Thor, he basically is a knucklehead in a gym playing Thor. Okay? They've spelled it out for you. He's a knucklehead. He's not smart enough to be good. Number three, the biker cop symbol. Do you see the parallels between Thor and the typical biker? The typical big brute cop.